Hi friends, my name is Sushmil and today we are going to do the first practical on F5 load balancer. It's a big IP device. Right, so in this what we are going to do is we are going to configure a virtual server, give it an IP address, configure nodes, pool members, of course pool, and a simple monitor. Right, this is what we are going to configure. This right here is the diagram. The topology is such that this is one client which is, let's say, on the internet. Okay, he is in some 20 network. For our lab purposes we have directly connected this machine to our load balancer. Usually you will have this cloud. Okay, so we are going to configure a virtual server on this load balancer using my machine, which is connected to the management port. Okay, right here the IP address of this port is 192.168. I think it's 0.125. This goes to three servers, three nodes. Okay, we'll make them part of a pool. Okay, they are in the series 10.10.1.0 series. This is .11.12.13. Okay, so without wasting a time, let's go to our lab. Right here I have already logged into my F5 device. Okay, we are on the local traffic manager. Make sure that whenever you're configuring anything, you're doing it in local traffic manager, because that's where you'll get these options. We are doing LTM right now. Right, perfect. So first we want to configure some nodes, then we will go for pools, and then we'll call everything into the virtual server. Okay, so let's go to nodes, click on the node. Right now I don't have any nodes, right? So I want to create a node. Click on create. It asks for the name. I will say server1, so S1. Okay, description I will write server1. It asks me if I want to give an IP address or I want to give some FQDN. FQDN is fully qualified domain name. It's like www.xyz.com. That's an FQDN. I want to give an IP address. It's 10.10.1.11. This is what I want to configure. Health monitor. Do I want to monitor health? Yes, I want to monitor the health of the node. The ratio is 1, so I don't want to have 2:1 ratio or 2:2:1 ratio or 4:2. No, I just want a proper round robin load balancing, right? So that's what we are going to keep, ratio as 1. I say finish. As soon as I do that, my server 1 is created. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's create another one and then we'll try to load balance. Okay, let's create server 2, same fashion, S2. Description I will write server 2. Yes, I want to have an address again. 10.10.1.12 is the IP address. Everything else remains the same. Takes a bit of time to load. Yep, here we go. So S1 and S2 is what we have. Alright, let's go to pool. Now we want to add these nodes into pool. I already have a pool which is not working. Red means not working, it's offline. Okay, because I don't have any pool members right now there. Let's go to create another pool. I will write the name F5 servers. Okay, description I will just write it's a pool. Okay, do I want to monitor health? Yes. So what we are doing is, on our server we have web pages. So web page is, we know that it's TCP port 80 for HTTP, and this is what we are running there. So yes, we want to run health monitor and we want to add this. So we have these many monitors available by default and we want to use HTTP. So I have taken it to the active side. Which method I want to use? I want to use round robin method. We have these many methods. Round robin ratio on the member, ratio on the node as well. So depending on the member and the node, we can choose ratio. There is least connection on the member, least connection on the node. So depends what you want to choose. I want to choose round robin itself. We'll keep it there. Do I want to have priority group activation? No, nothing. So now here, if you see, it asks for the node, right? So one way we saw that if we want to add a node, we go to the nodes option and create a node. If you don't want to do that, you can stay in pools, you start giving the name, and you say new node. You give a name, you give an address, and you give a service port, and you add. Once you do that, what will happen is a node will be created automatically, okay, and then its pool member will be created as well, right? So there are these two options. So now what we've done is we've already created some nodes. So I'll click on node list. See, we have two nodes, 1 and 2, that we've created. So S1 is what we want to add. What is a pool, or what is a pool member? It's a node plus the service, right? So service is 80 that we are running right now. HTTP is the service. I did not put HTTP, I just said 80, press tab, it shows me HTTP. I want to add this. Yes, it got added in the pool. S2 as well, port 80. So this is what I have created, a pool. I added 2 pool members. Alright, I say finish. Once I do that, you see green. Green means available. Both of these servers are up and running, and the services are also running because it's green, right? Now if I want to see my pool, then you can click here. You can see description is pool, name is F5 server. You can change the description if you want. You can change the health monitors if you want. Do you want to see members? So these are our members, 2 members, S1 and S2. See the node plus service port. If you see pool member, this is a pool member, S1:80. If you go to the node section, it will show you just S1 without the :80. Why? There is a reason, because 80 pool member is the node plus the service, right? Let's create a virtual server. I have created one before, so I will create a new one. We'll have to give it a name. Let's give a name lab1.com. okay, description anything. This is the first LTM lab. Anything you want to give. Type, keep it standard. Source address. So you want to load balance the traffic coming from any node, right? Right now, if you see in here, we have only one machine, but in real environment you'll have multiple machines coming to your servers, right? So you want to keep source as any, from anywhere in the world if the traffic is coming, right? So I will write 0.0.0.0/0. That means any traffic. Destination. The destination address is the address of your virtual IP. So you give virtual IP in the place of destination address. I want to keep 20.20.20.10. This is my virtual IP. What port people will come in? They will come in on port number 80. They're using HTTP. They will come on port number 80. Okay, so if the traffic from any source comes to 20.20.20.10 on port 80, then do these things, then apply protocol TCP. Yes, we want to keep the TCP. We want to keep profile as TCP. Client's profile, server's profile, same profile. We are not learning profile today. Okay, HTTP, everything, this remains as it is. We are not looking for SSL or anything right now. Okay, so what we want to configure right now is only this default pool F5 servers. We created this pool F5 underscore servers. So whenever the traffic comes from anywhere going to 2020-2010 on port 80, load balance on the default pool of F5 servers. In this, what we have is two pool members, right? Which are those? 10, 10, 1, 11 and 12 on port number 80. So we will say finished. And now if you see, it's green. Green means it's working. Let's test if the configurations are right. I will go to the computer. This is an internet user. I'll go to the diagram first to show you. This guy right here. Okay, it's in the 20 network. I think it's 20, 20, 21 or 2. I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter. We will go to Internet Explorer. Alright. What was the virtual IP that we created? 20.20.20.10, right? If you see, this index page is from 10.10.1.11. Now if I refresh this, the page is loaded from 10.10.1.12. You know why? Because it load balanced. I press refresh again. It went back to 10.10.1.11. Right? So that is how the load balancing occurs. That is the basic configuration of F5 load balancer. I hope it was informative, and thank you very much for attending. I'll see you in the next session where we'll see some deeper configurations.